Ladies and gentlemen, it's another day, so let's put another piece of metal on the Geo. Yesterday we did this floor pan right here. Now when I come into some money, I'll buy some seam seal and close that up, so it's not going to stay exactly like this. And there's a view of it from the bottom, nice and strong. Now we need to make something for the front of this control arm to attach to. The weight of the vehicle sits on this guy right here, so I'm not too worried about it being strong vertically. I just need this right here to keep the control arm from moving back and forth. Originally, this support came down on an angle right here, curved over and attached to the rocker panel right here. Then another support came from over here and went to that support, and this attached to that. Now this inner frame piece above the rocker panel is still strong. I just need to clean the rest of this rust out, and I have a place over here to anchor to. And the rest of this bar right here is still strong enough for me to anchor to that as well. So I really just need a piece of metal to go from here over to there, and at the right angle. I want to make a frame that anchors to the car at the same 3 points for that control arm to attach to. I have this frame steel right here. This came from probably the smallest snowplow I've ever seen fitted to a pickup. It's strong enough to do what I need it to do. Something like that would probably work, you would think, but my issue isn't the strength of the metal itself. It's the strength of where the metal's attached to the other metal. So I'm actually thinking I can get a better weld if I widen out the profile of where the metal's attached and lay this in flat like this. It'll still be strong enough for any vertical force, but I don't think there will be much of that. It'll probably all be lateral, if any at all. It's not a very big car. There we go. I got the cross member attached to the rocker panel support from inside of the trunk. I've always had a complex about being in the trunk. And down here on the bottom, I had to use this transitional sort of metal. It was too difficult to weld the thin metal of the car to the thicker metal of the frame without putting holes in it, so I put this slightly thicker metal than the car in here, welded the car to that, and then the frame to that. It seems solid. Let's give her the old hammer treatment. I think that'll do. Now that that piece is in there solid, I need to clean out this rusty pocket right here. Then attach another piece of the same tube frame right here and have it connect right over here. This piece can go in here something like this. I'm just going to cut a triangle shaped relief into it so that I can bend it up and attach it right there. Put this little cut in here and I'm just going to whack it. Looks like the right shape. Let's see if it fits. Woohoo! Look at me and my bad self. Now all I gotta do is clip the end of that down a little bit so this will fit in there. And we've got it. There we go, guys. I'm thinking something like this. Now I'm going to tack everything in place and start cutting all this nasty rust out right here. I just did this right here to keep it shape. Did I ever mention that I'm the greatest welder in the world? I am. Now I got that up in there like that, and it's welded on that end. I know my welds don't look that good, but this is a 2-pound hammer. It's very stout. This will work. And here's a view of the top of it from inside of the trunk. Now I need to attach the rear of that support, and that's right about here. Once I clean all of that rust off, this metal's going to be a little thin. I think I'm going to double it up and just run bolts through from the top here down into that support out the other side. There we go, that's scrubbed up pretty good. I don't need to get all of the rust out of there, I just need to get all of the loose stuff off, then coat it with an oil-based paint that's meant to paint over bare metal and rust, except for the area in the center there. That has to stay completely bare. It needs to stay bare right there because that's where this 1/8-inch piece of steel is going to be, acting as a washer for the heads of the bolts that hold the control arm support in place. It's not just going to have those 2 bolts though. I'm also going to use a panel bond glue between here and here just to help it hang on a little tighter. So let's recap what's been done over the past 2.5 hours. We put that thing in there. We made this support and attached it to the center support of the car. We attached the end of it to the rocker support of the car and made this support here, attached it to our support and this suspension structure back here. Everything's looking pretty good. Tomorrow I'll do more.